Hey guys, welcome to the Model Citizen Podcast. We're your hosts, Hunter and Michaela. We are so excited to have you here. All right, let's dive in.
Do you guys think we should get into it?
You think we should get into it?
Should we just get into it, you guys? Oh my god, let's get into it.
Our shirts are a perfect representation of you and I feel.
And it is actually true. It is true. It is true because you're giving Cardigan, Charlotte from Sex and the City. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're cool, edgy, in so I'm wearing just a blue cardigan. Kayla's wearing a striped, cool rugby shirt. Very cool.
Very cool girls. Very cool girls.
I was just telling Kayla because we were saying that we were both drinking our beverage of choice. And Diet Coke is our vice. And the thing is this. There's no better soda. Yes, there's better tasting sodas in the way of Dr. Pepper is better, but it's not better than a great Diet Coke. And yes, it tastes better, Dr. Pepper, but I'm going to ride for Diet Coke no matter what. Do you understand?
There's a comfort in Diet Coke.
Yeah,
I think.
It's home.
I think also we grew up, so much of us, our generation especially, grew up drinking Diet Coke. It's probably
Diet Coke is home.
It's probably a vestige
Sad.
of growing up in a heavy diet culture where Diet Coke was everyone just had a Diet Coke, but now it's so a part of the fabric of our society. And I'm not going to hear nary a word against it because we don't have any other vices, bro. We don't drink. Mom and dad are always giving me shit for not drinking. Anytime we all go out to dinner, they're like, squares, man, not one.
Yeah.
You don't want a margarita? You don't want a lemon drop martini? And I'm like, no. Shit is so
Give me a Diet Coke every day.
I want a fresh Diet Coke, you guys. Are you kidding me? If I'm going to a restaurant, you know how bad I want that Diet Coke? That shit is on tap.
Absolutely.
I want that.
I want them to be bringing it out. I want it to be cold. I want it to be crisp.
Fizzling.
Mom makes it in a glass bottle, which I think is crazy because that's my least of favorite. So, Mom, I don't know where you got that, but that's crazy.
No, but also Mom puts everything in the fridge, which now I do that. And
what do you mean?
So she puts things in the fridge that don't really need to be in the fridge.
Like what?
And I didn't realize that until Martin and I started living together. And he was like, why is the ketchup in the fridge? And I was like, well, the ketchup goes in the fridge. No, not really. But Mom put everything in the fridge because she grew up in New York in the 70s and they had cockroaches and rats and shit.
Wait,
and so
ketchup doesn't belong in the fridge? Doesn't go
I
in
mean,
the fridge?
I think ketchup can go in the fridge.
I even put my bread in the fridge.
This is what I mean. I put everything in the fridge. Unless it specifically is putting it in the fridge will ruin it. I will put everything in the fridge.
Me too. Wow,
apparently
dude,
something
I'm learning things.
I used to put peanut butter in the fridge. Everything just went in the fridge. And then I was like, I don't need to put everything in the fridge.
Well, you know that we got a new fridge, right?
Yes, I do.
I put everything in the fridge so much so that we had to get a bigger fridge.
Right.
We almost had to take a door out because, and you guys
it's
know
already big. It was already a big fridge, I'll be honest. It's way bigger than ours.
Yeah, but I was just I don't know, these kids are eating me out of house and home. But we had to get a bigger fridge and we almost had to take our literal front door out because I was like, I don't care what we have to do. If we have to renovate in order to get this freaking fridge in here,
right?
This standard depth, and if you know, fridge in here, then then that's what we have to do because the shit is in the fridge. And bro, the way that I have so much space now, I have extra space. I can have 2 milks in there.
Okay, that's crazy. The thing about it is that you guys are at the level now of people that we grew up with who have a second fridge downstairs. You know what I mean? You guys could have a second fridge downstairs and it would make sense. And now that I'm thinking about it,
honestly, why didn't we think about that? Why did we let them take our fridge?
I don't know. You should have put it downstairs.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys didn't, because seriously, like 2 fridges is kind of lit. And remember, we grew up thinking like, oh, that's the rich house if you have 2 fridges. Now I'm realizing that if you're the house where the kids hang out at, like my friend Skylar growing up, his house was the house we all hung out at. One, because his parents were always at work. So they were gone all day. 2, he had a huge, beautiful home. 3, he had a big, beautiful pool. Like the kind he had that typical classic like Tuscan themed home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just like the backyard was this like sprawling with like fountains and shit, and like a big a pergola that we all used to hang out with, like tables and chairs. And they had 2 fridges. I think they may have even had 3, like 2 out in the garage. But his house was the hangout house. So
yes, and
his mom was stocking the fridge for us because we would go in and get a soda. We would go in and get fruits. We would go in and get treats, Gushers, Cokes, whatever.
And if you're the good snack house, now here's the thing. My little crew that always comes over, and now the crew is growing weekly because we have Ava's friends who are now her age. They're like 3, 3.5, 4. They're also coming over. So at any given time, we have at least 2 extra children in the house. Okay. Right. So right off the top there, we're looking at, you're looking at, a pouch, let's say. That's one box of pouches. Right off the top. Boom.
Bananas.
Gone.
Multiple bananas.
4 gone. That's one bunch. Gone. Okay.
Gone.
So like, and I want to be sucked. And there's one little girl who comes over all the time, and she always mentions, she's like, you guys have all the snacks. And I'm like, you better believe we do.
And you better tell your mom. Hudson and Ava's mom always has the snacks. I know, dude. Oh man. Skylar's house was a snack house, and then the other family that we were close with, their house was the snack house. Their house was the first house that I ever had like a ding dong at, because they had like ding dongs and like
my house,
Twinkies and shit. And I was
the way that my kids have access to literally so much junk food, to the point where I'm like, I should probably cut back. But I've so derailed my brain from like diet culture now that I'm like, what if I want a sweet treat, if I want a cookie, like it's out in a glass clear jar for anyone to grab. That's how my brain is, Right. So it's like
you make it as available as you make it as available as maybe what would have been considered quote unquote the healthy food. So it's like you have fruits out, you have veggies out, and you have cookies out. Like everything is there.
Yeah, everything.
Grab it. It's all the same. That is interesting.
The thing is,
I'm wondering how that's
I will say my kids are pretty good with like asking before, like they'll never just go and grab something like a cookie or candy or whatever. Like they know this is usually for when we've had, protein and food, whatever, or throughout the day for like a little snack, but they're not defiant in the way of where they're like ravenous for it. I think because it's
they're gonna come to my house and be like, why does Auntie Kayla just have seaweed everywhere? Why does Auntie Kayla just have teriyaki dried seaweed?
I remember too that like I went to your house. When was it? It was when Grandma passed away.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, she has exactly enough.
That's my whole thing.
It's like, okay, we need 4 days of bread. We have 4 slices. Like,
absolutely. That's it. I am like actually obsessive about that. Like, you
great.
would not believe how obsessive I am about having exactly enough food. I refuse to waste food. There is nothing that hurts my soul more than like having to throw away something that hasn't been eaten. So I, down to the peanut, and like, I would rather have not quite enough food, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Than to have too much food, because that just overwhelms me. Like your house, there's so many options. I'm like, I don't even want to eat anything because there's too many options. There's 9 different crackers. There's 14 different, cereals. There's pouches that go in the fridge and pouches that go in the pantry.
It's so
like,
overwhelming. I'll look at my fridge and my pantry and be so overwhelmed that I'm like, there's nothing to eat. You know what I mean? Like when you have so much that you're like, there's nothing to eat.
Yeah. Right. Well, listen.
Because there's so much to eat. We also grew up in a recipe household, in a ingredients household. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, big
our,
time, big
our
time, big
mom, like,
time.
she would have all
A
the
million
ingredients,
condiments. Yeah.
but not like the thing that's like a grab and go.
not the will to cook any of it. So it was like listen, we have food at home. If you've got 45 minutes to an hour to make,
and you know how to be a cook, yeah,
a chicken cordon bleu or like a lobster thermidor, you know, like if you have the time and the skills, and none of us did. And so instead we went out to dinner.
absolutely, which is like crazy when I tell people. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, we went out to dinner every single night, basically.
That is like so, but you don't understand, that is the divorced family. That's the middle class divorced family of Southern California playbook. Like that's just
absolutely.
like
It's
that's
one
what
of
y'all
the
did.
parents.
If your mom is working, if both your parents are working, like, yeah, you're not
gonna
want to go out.
because there's just no time. There's no time.
There's no time.
Okay, my in for the week right off the bat. We were talking about it earlier, dude.
Mhm.
I'm on my corn dog game. Now here's
Corn
the thing.
dog.
It's not a beef corn dog. It's a Morning Star veggie dog corn dog.
Okay.
Oh my god. Here's the thing. I can't eat a hot dog ever. So I am not, purely because
Why?
I know what it is. I know what the
got
case.
it.
I know all of that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just can't, for some reason, I can't get my head past it.
I don't
But
have that
I've
affliction.
always
Mhm.
loved corn dogs. Okay.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I can't make that. And so I found these veggie corn dogs. Brother,
Good.
I had two right before this.
You know, Morningstar's
I
good.
mean,
Morningstar's good.
Oh my, try their corn dogs.
Okay.
It's,
I love
I've
a
had 'em
corn
every
dog.
single day.
It's giving summer to me. Corn dogs just always remind me of like the
Yes.
fair. They remind me of Canal
Yes.
Valley days. They remind me of like all of the cool, you know, like going up on the zipper and basically dying, like, you know what I mean, like risking your life
Yes.
on the gravitational.
The outside
thing.
of it is just like,
Yum,
you know,
yum.
delight.
We love a breaded item.
Give me the bread, give me the cheese, give me the butter. Hold the rest.
Dude, every time I watch a good old like fantasy show, they're always rolling up to a pub and they get a plate of just butter, bread, and a couple slices of cheese. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a perfect meal. What do you mean this is like
It's a perfect
peasant's
meal.
meal? This is perfect. I would have this
Our
every day for the rest of my
grandmother,
life.
when we growing up, our grandmother, we would go to her home, and here's what she would serve us. We would call it grandma toast. It is a slice of
Yes, you're
usually like
right on that.
sourdough toast, and then a piece of usually like Havarti or like a really good slice of cheese, a little bit of
Yep.
butter, slice of cheese, boom, grandma toast. Okay.
Grandma toast.
She gave it to us.
Wow.
And then she had Mountain Dew, and she always had a nice piece of chocolate. Like that was the thing
Yes.
at grandma's
I
house.
can't believe you actually unlocked this memory for me. I forgot about grandma toast. That's so funny.
Really? I feel like mom has it
Yes.
still all the time.
I still have it. I just forgot that's what we called it.
it's the best.
And like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because grandma kind of stopped putting together grandma toast many years ago before
Well,
she passed. But
she got dementia.
I thought
she
you were going
forgot
to
a lot
say,
of
well,
things
she
there.
passed, so
She
she
forgot
can't.
us.
Yeah.
She passed. Yeah.
Yeah. That's incredible though, dude. Like, wow, I miss
Yeah.
that. I miss her. Just miss her cooking in general. Like just her making stuff and making a coffee.
know.
You know, like that.
Always.
It
with a
always
good
hits
chocolate.
different. Always with it. She loved the chocolate
She would
cake.
know. Isn't it
she would
amazing how like an
know.
older person from a different generation will know the difference between a good piece of chocolate and a bad piece of chocolate? Like, so
Yeah.
she would also
And a good
know
baked
a
good.
I was gonna say a good quality almond claw
Yep.
versus one that she would know if I had gotten it from Whole Foods versus some other random place.
Grandma actually taught me like the importance of quality, because she was always like, it's not good quality. That's not good. This isn't like a good one. Or she would be like, this is good quality. This is fresh. These are good ingredients. She even made me feel that way about like designer stuff. Like she didn't have a lot of it, but she would like, remember when we would go through catalogs and stuff with her?
Yeah.
And we would like, she'd be like, now that's a beautiful dress. Like she just got fashion. She
Anytime we would wear
had
jewelry.
such good taste. Yeah, she would always would touch our wedding rings. And she would like,
Always.
I would always let her wear my engagement ring because she just like loves sparkly jewels and stuff. What a legend.
Speaking of absolute legend. Speaking of quality, I have to tell the listeners about my find from the thrift store.
Okay, wait,
So,
we have to do our outs though first. And our ins. Here's what I'm going to do. Let me do my in and my out real quick because they're one and the same. Okay. It's quick though. Don't worry. My in is I've been going to sleep at night to meditation, which I do frequently, but it's a particular guy who basically talks for the whole 8 hours. Like he's giving affirmations and doing that for 8 full hours. And it's like incredibly relaxing. There's obviously like a little bit of background, like the ding, that kind of vibe.
Bro, I'll go to sleep right now. Yeah.
Oh, go to sleep right now, dude. You do one little, and
give
I
me
am
a ding,
out.
and I'm like,
give me a single singing bowl, and I am boop. But it's my in because it's incredible, but it's my out because I woke up in the middle of the night. And I heard a strange man's voice. And my husband's out of town right now. And I heard a strange man's voice talking. And I was like, and then I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, duh. Like because it's new kind of. I just started listening the last like few days to this particular person. And I've never had listened to one that went full 8 hours. Like usually they're like an hour and a half. So like by the time you wake up in the middle of the night, they're done. But this guy goes the whole time. And the way I woke up in abject fear for my life because I just heard this man's voice. Only if yes, usually because I'm with Martin. But last night I had it just on my phone playing on my nightstand.
Oh my God. So it sounded like someone was right next to you.
Oh my God. It sounded like somebody was literally right next to me.
That's terrifying.
And I jumped my skin, like literally I shit out my skeleton. I was so scared for probably
absolutely
10 full seconds. 10 full seconds.
Absolutely.
Which is a long time to be afraid there's a man in your house when you're sleeping. Okay, 10 seconds feels like 10 entire minutes. Okay, I felt like the entire plot of Scream happened.
Especially if you wake up in the in-between where you're like, it's like the ding and then it's a speak and you're kind of like not fully there yet. I don't
know where the music had gone at that point. He was just talking. So yeah, it's my in and my out because it is incredible, but
yeah, you have to get used to it because 8 hours is crazy. My out is men should not be allowed
just stop there.
Agreed.
Just stop there.
Agreed. Yeah, say no more.
Men should not be allowed.
The same way. Should not be aware to not wear socks. Okay. Now, excuse me. I'm so sorry for the noise, but oh my God, you guys.
She's mad. So she's
I can't with a man's. Here's the thing. My husband takes such incredible care of his nails and his toenails because I have such a weird thing about it. To me, if a man has like a crazy toenail or crazy long nails or whatever, that to me personally is like goodbye. Sayonara, that is for me it and bad breath, right? Like those things are really so Brian's like super anal about it. Like he'll literally weekly trim, file, like he's gotten that, right?
That's good.
Now, I was out this weekend and I saw a pair of dogs.
This weekend when it was cold?
Sister, I saw a pair of dogs and Brian did too that we both can't recover from. You understand? I said, put those dogs back in the cage and don't ever let them back out.
Don't ever let them back out. Yeah.
Don't you dare let those dogs out.
You gotta crate those bad boys.
Those are feral dogs. And we never want to see them again. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't recover. And I just think it shouldn't be allowed. I think really when we're talking about body parts, like women's stuff is fine to be on display, I think.
Whatever you're comfortable with, let it out, babes.
Foot, a man's knee. Guys, I don't please. Please.
Although I will say I love
knees.
I love a slutty short. I love pack it up. Pack those knobby ass knees up.
A gay man.
I love a slutty short though.
But a gay man.
I of course. Because gay men are going to take care of everything.
Yeah.
But like, I do love just like a slutty short on a man if he has the legs for it.
Yes.
If
But,
he
like,
has
what-
a shapely leg.
If he has a shapely leg, yes. Now, can I tell you another ick of mine?
Yeah.
And I told my husband this because it happened to me from him. So he just recently got his tattoo, right? He's
Yeah.
working on a sleeve on his arm, and it like looks so beautiful, whatever. But he had to get his like bottom back forearm done this last round.
Yeah.
So he had to shave his arm. Daily I'm waiting for the hair to grow back, dude. I can't. I told him. I said, that's an ick. And I know there's nothing you can do about it.
No, there's nothing you can do about it. And this is just proof, ladies, and tell your husbands this. You can catch the ick about somebody at any point in time. So men, you're never safe. Don't ever think that you're safe. Okay.
No,
you need to
don't
stay
ever
on your toes.
Yeah.
Your well
And with
manicured,
some socks on. Yeah.
socked toes, okay? Because
Stay on your
we are noticing everything. Your husband to me isn't hairy in a sense where I would even notice shaved arms, though.
Really?
No, not at all. Like, I don't look at Brian as being like hairy at all.
He's only hairy where it matters. Honest to goodness. Do you understand what I'm saying? But like
his ass cheeks, or
yeah, he does have a hairy butt, but he's like not hairy on the back at all. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
I like hair. I like hair, shoulders, back.
I do
like,
too.
Like it too. Yeah. Okay.
He had trimmed his chest hair years ago one time, and I was like, "Don't you dare ever fucking do that again! Don't you dare insult me like that!"
Right.
But I just can't with a perfectly smooth arm.
Yeah.
So
no, that
like,
I get it. I get it.
Because you know what? And I was telling him about it. The kind of guy who has it, I'm going to tell you this kind of guy. He has a very, very, very thick, muscular calf, and his legs are shaved. Okay.
Ooh, yeah,
he's wearing a tube sock and a sneaker, and he loves the gym. His hair has tons of gel in it. Maybe blonde. He's probably blonde. Okay. Yeah. He's the kind of guy that has like a veiny calf with like a shaved leg, shaved arms. He's always shaving everything.
Yeah. Right.
Aerodynamic gym bro.
Yeah.
That.
Do they shave to show off the muscle? Is that the whole point of the shaving? To show off? I
can't imagine it's to be aerodynamic.
Right. Well, like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, what is the purpose? Is it to like really highlight the
unless they're bodybuilders,
the varicose veinage of it all, or
I think it's probably that. And then if they are bodybuilders, which is usually the type, to show off their muscles and oil up and stuff.
Bro, that's so gross. Imagine a dude just shaving everywhere and oiling up. Bro, what are you doing?
Bro, imagine Martin with a shaved arm.
Ew. No.
You're telling me, dude. I literally
But I also feel like that's probably a preference. I feel like it's probably a preference.
Yeah, I guess.
Ladies, if you like your man fully shaved like a dolphin, let me know. Also, here's the reason why I think it's okay for us to say this. Because men for thousands of years have been like, women should be shaved bare. Women should not have a single hair on their body. And it's like, okay, well then you guys, we're going to talk shit when you're shaved bare. All right. If we're going to be like, do you know what I mean?
It's going to be a chill.
Yeah.
Like talking about it.
Dude, I love a guy with weaving hair.
Yeah, I know. Okay, really quickly, back to grandma's taste, which you inherited, which I did not.
Okay.
So this is and back, last episode we were talking about like how we can give each other flowers, right? Like Kayla has always she's always had taste in things, and she knows what fine quality is. She knows what good construction is, good tailoring, all that.
Yeah. I
did not inherit that. That is not something that comes naturally to me at all.
But like I told you, it's not to me. It didn't just spring up. I learned it from grandma. I learned it from working at high-end retail stores.
Yeah.
Because
you were addicted to fashion.
I was always addicted to fashion. I was so obsessed with it. And also I worked at a high-end resale store. So I found the value of pieces that last. Like you can work at like a Louis Vuitton, and you can work at a Dior, and you can work at all these like high-end stores now. But if you work at a high-end resale store where they sell designer items that are old and pre-owned, you really see like, wow, this item is decades old and it has held up. And it even like the one thing about Louis Vuitton is that their pieces, even as they age, the aging of the leather is beautiful. So it's like that kind of stuff I learned and I started noticing. So I just saw the value in it, you know?
I mean, it's just, I've never been like that at all. You know me, I've always been like, I'm just going to get the cheapest thing, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I don't have any care about it. You know, I have a couple nice bags that I love, but I'm not like, oh my God, they're my babies. I'm like, whatever. Now, in the last, I would say, year total, it started with my house in the way that I like want to design for my house and things like that, as far as like picking up different pieces and taste and construction and whatever. Now, I've been trying last year and this year to try to like hone in my style and get things that are quality. But, you know, most of the time quality means you are buying at like a premium price.
Yeah.
Now, this is where thrifting comes in. Okay. Right. And by the way, guys, I started my page called wherewegather.home on Instagram. I have to send you. Did I send you it yet?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I haven't been on.
You've been off social. I know. I didn't even want to like tempt you with, you know what I mean? I was like, I'm not even going to until. So go follow me there where I post like any like thrift finds, home thrift, mainly home stuff because that's like what I'm interested in. But I started it 2 days ago, one day or yesterday or the day before. Anyways, I was thrifting the other day and I had a few hours, not even a few hours, an hour before I had to pick up Hudson. And I was like, what do I do? Like, I can't go home. I'm just going to go out and about and peruse. So I went to the clothing section of our local thrift store. And right off the bat, I'm always thinking like, okay, Kayla's always said, you know, the tailoring of a jacket, the feel of it, like the fabric. Is it just polyester? Is it like true wool? What is it? Right. Yeah. So right off the bat, I'm starting to get a little bit better at eyeing something through a rack and being like, this isn't right. This doesn't feel good. This cut is bad. It's not tailored,
looking at
right?
Tags is
weeding out
so
pretty
you can
quick.
Seeing the materials.
Yeah. You know, so I saw this beautiful pinstriped blazer and it had a tag on it that said made in Italy. And I was like, okay, well, that's promising, right? Yeah. Everything in Italy is better. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try it on, whatever. I went to go try it on. And when I tell you guys, this was the most perfectly fit. So I had a custom suit made for me a couple years ago to my measurements. This fits better than that. Okay.
It's crazy.
It is literally, I'm 6 feet tall. The arms are perfect. Everything is perfect. It's just long enough where it covers my butt. Like, it's the most perfect blazer I've ever laid my eyes on.
Just that in and of itself is enough. Like, that is crazy.
Yeah. I was like, $8.99, like, bet. Okay. Yeah. I also saw this really beautiful wool and silk lined pencil skirt, very 90s. It was from a brand called Rima something. So I got that too. It was like $4.99, whatever. And then I also got like this wide leather belt. Anyways, I get in the car and I like put the blazer down on my seat and the like lapel kind of pops open. And I see a tag and I'm like, bitch, if this isn't Fendi, bro. I literally, now here's the thing about suit jackets. Every time you go into a thrift store, if you have a nice suit jacket, which I have one that is a man's suit jacket that was custom tailored for some guy years ago from like the 60s. It said like 1962. They typically always have, if it's like tailored to you, inside sewn little, what would you call it?
They're specs.
Specs, yeah. And then it says like where it was tailored to, you know, the fabric and all of that. So it was like tucked in and sewed in behind the Fendi label. And I was just like, bro, I couldn't believe, first off, that I scored this kind of piece. It was that moment where I was like, the thrift gods.
No, this is like, this is like that moment that everyone, I was telling you, this is the moment that everyone hopes to have, like thrifting. And I will say I got lucky when I was in the 2000s because I started thrifting like right before it became this like huge thing that the younger generation did. And And so I got to have a lot of fun with it, but then that kind of stopped because it got so oversaturated and overrun. But you had that moment that people dream of like, you pull back the tag and it's like this designer and you're just like, oh my God. Like, and it fit perfectly, like, traveling pants style.
That's my next thing. Now, here's the thing. I tried on another coat from this other designer that was equally amazing, but it didn't fit nearly as well. It fit beautifully, but I have a million like that. So I was like, I'm going to pass on it.
Yeah.
Whatever. I swear to you, Michaela, all the things that I had tried on had to have been this. Whoever brought this stuff in is my body double.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I've never in my life, the skirt, I'm telling you, was this woman?
No, we have to find her at like Cinderella style, where we're going to put the coat
if it's not some older woman. Yeah,
that's true.
Usually
but
is.
She could be a young curvy girl with some cashola.
Well, all of this was old, like 90s.
That's right. You're right. Shit.
So she's definitely an older woman, but has to have my exact measurements because the skirt fit like a glove. I've never had anything. The second coat that I tried on that I have a million of fit like a glove, but I was like, I already have one that fits like a glove.
Sure.
This blazer, I was just like, it was the wildest feeling in my life, and I need to find her. If you dropped a bunch of shit off at 2nd Ave and Union and you know someone who's like 6 foot, size 18, 20, bro, I need to know because I need to just see this person's body. Because it's my body.
No, I'm telling you, we need to do a Cinderella style, like go around the community and be like, is this your jacket? And put it on everybody.
Literally.
And then when somebody is like, yes, those are mine. And then we can put them on and be like, it doesn't fit you perfectly. You know what I mean? Like we'll have a whole Cinderella style, Cinderella story. Chad Michael Murray will be there and it'll be great.
Okay, I love. For no reason. Hillary Duff will be there for no reason other than just reprising her whole thing. Yeah.
Right. Which, like, God, if only they did. I would actually fuck with a part 2 of Cinderella story. You know what I mean? Like where they are now. Like what's the tea there?
Hillary Duff is having a comeback. I love it.
I know. I love her so much.
I really love her so much. Anymore?
I know. It's really sad. I mean, I get it.
But actually wrote a song about it.
Yeah, it's really sad. I really actually don't like that at all. It's
I know,
sad.
They were so close.
They were really close. I think that's another situation where, like, how far apart in age are they?
I think they're like only 3 or 4 years. Like they're Hillary and Haley Duff.
Let me see, because I always wonder about this. 2 years. They're only 2 years from apart. You guys, I gotta say, I really think that if you're gonna have, I don't know, dude. I don't know about if it's sisters. It's tough to have. It's tough, I think, but I think it's worse if it's sisters for some reason.
But I think that
it's
something
too close
happened.
In age.
It sounds like possibly something happened as like in the last 2 years when they were older.
Right. No, I know.
Like I'm
just saying, like
thing.
But it's a mental. It's like a. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like like. When we talk about the fact that like you and I are so close, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that like for so long you were my baby sister and like I felt the need to protect you. Whereas if we were only a couple of years apart, I don't know. You never know. Field. Yeah, exactly. I feel like maybe it's just a little too close, but that's not everyone. So I don't know, but that's too bad. And I'm bummed out about that. I'm bummed out to hear that. Speaking of movies, you guys know what I did all weekend this weekend?
Give us an update.
I watched all of the extended versions of the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Hobbit trilogy. Now, extended is about 45 minutes longer than the theatrical releases. The theatrical releases are infamously long to begin with. So I'd say each movie was 4 hours long, and there was altogether 6 of them. And I watched all of them.
So it's 24 hours of film.
24 hours of film.
How do you feel? Like, because you were able to take it in without being on socials, right? Like, don't you feel? Give us an update.
Here's the thing. Not being on socials has been the best thing to happen to me in my life. And I think I'm going to keep up with it, honestly. Like, I will post, but I'm not interested in the scroll. I'm just not interested in the scroll. I only care about what my family is up to. I obviously will keep updated and I will keep speaking out about things.
I was
and keep my
updating you.
story. Yeah, you guys were. I'll keep storying and stuff, but I'm not doing the doom scroll anymore. It's not good for anybody, but it has trained me to not grab for my phone every time I'm a tiny bit, not bored, but not fully locked into something. The way that I locked into these movies is insane. At one point, Martin was texting me like, hey, hello, you there? Like, I was so locked in, which is also a testament to the films, because how the fuck are you going to keep my attention for 4 hours? And they do.
I think it's more a testament to the socials.
It is a testament to both. I think it's also like, I think some people think Lord of the Rings is maybe going to be boring or something, but there's action the entire time. There is story. There is incredible acting. It's like, it's so beautiful. It all still stands the test of time. Like it, and the theatrical or the extended releases are amazing, because then it's like shit I've never seen before. So in a way, I was watching a somewhat new movie. You know what I mean? There's like little scenes that were added that I've never seen because I've never watched the extended versions, especially of The Hobbit. And I love those movies so much, y'all. Like, it's funny because the very first Lord of the Rings came out on my birthday, and I'll never forget that. And I went and saw it with my friend Kate, and I'll never forget when Legolas came on screen for the first time. She literally grabbed my arm and she was like, and I was like, oh, I think we launched a heartthrob in that moment, and that's a deep obsession for her. Baggins. Oh, and Hunter loved Frodo, you guys. Hunter was such a big Elijah Wood fan, and that actually tracks so hard.
I wish that was a joke.
Hunter loves like
My
big eyes.
Crush growing up was Elijah Wood.
Totally.
Guys,
which was
I don't even want to talk more about it.
It's so interesting. And especially him as Frodo, he couldn't be more like talk about big, hairy, crazy feet. Talk about having your dogs out.
Maybe that's where
those dogs were barking all over Middle Earth.
I know,
but it's truly such a good. If you guys are fans of it, if you guys are fans of like all that kind of stuff, highly recommend watching the extended versions. And just like have a fucking movie weekend, dude. I was like, curtains were drawn. I had my snacks. My pups were sleeping and chilling. I had the AC blasting because it's 90 degrees. Ugh. Like, it was just one of those weekends, and I was locked the fuck in.
Heaven. It's kind of amazing how life is so different when you don't have your phone on you 24/7, right?
It's amazing.
I noticed this even when we're putting Hudson to bed. We'll be laying, that time is about 45 minutes of no phone, not even thinking about the phone, not even thinking about, so none of it. It's lights drawn, it's conversation, of course, but then after that, it's lights drawn, sound on, in bed, comfortable. I fall asleep, and so does Brian, every single time.
Yeah.
And then I wonder, I'm like, why can't I just fall asleep? Like, because I'm scrolling, because I'm thinking about other things. I'm thinking about what so-and-so did. I'm thinking about why they haven't found Nancy Guthrie yet. Like all these things. And it just goes to show, it's like the phone is it's just not good. Like socials, especially, are not healthy. I sent you those screenshots earlier today. I don't know if you saw them, about how I'm going to misquote them. I'll have to look them up and we'll post them. But
I don't think I got them.
You know, it's just how we're not supposed to consume all of this. It's just, it's not healthy. Our grandparents didn't do this. They also didn't fight for us to do this.
That's so true. That part. Our grandparents did not fight for us to be sitting here doom scrolling. One of the things, I don't know if I talked about it on last week's episode, about how I think that newspapers were kind of lit.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it like limits the amount of
I was your newspaper this weekend.
You and Martin were literally updating me on the only important things that happened this entire week, and I loved it because you guys were like,
Kristi Noem getting fired and Britney Spears getting arrested. The only important things.
Yes, and so, and Martin gave me a couple of sports updates, and you know what I mean, like a handful of political stuff, the stuff that he knew I would want to know, but like really would want to know, not stuff I like. Do you know what I mean? Like,
would fire you up. Yeah.
Yeah, he knew. It kept me in the loop without hearing all of the extra bullshit and everyone's opinions. I'm just like, I need to be able to form my own opinions. And this is going to sound fucking crazy what I'm about to say. This is actually going to sound fucking crazy.
Say it.
I don't even know if I want to say it.
Say it.
I have started looking on, not watching or anything, but looking on like how Fox News reports things.
Yeah.
It normally I wouldn't even be able to look at it because it would just get me so mad.
Yeah.
But now I'm at the point where I'm like, I want to know what the fuck these people are thinking, and I want to see what y'all are watching. I want to see, not watching, but like I'll like see what they said about something. I want to know what it is that you people are seeing, because it can't possibly be what I'm seeing. And it's not.
Yeah.
It's amazing the spin. It's amazing the spin. And I think that,
and both think they're right.
Both think they're right. Definitely one though is
empathetic and has
one side was literally sued for $700 million for their incorrect reporting. So, but it's interesting to look at that and be like, so that's what you guys are seeing. That's what y'all are being fed. Like, it was just interesting. It's interesting to take the news in that way. I feel like my feed is extremely curated to me, which is great. And that's fine. And I'm not saying I'm living in an echo chamber. Maybe I am. But all it did was affirm how I feel. I mean, it's not like I went over there and was like, oh, you know what? All it did is maybe be like, yeah, I'm pretty fucking dead on with my opinions.
Yeah. Like, our mom always told us, and to a point where we would be upset. She'd always say, you have to watch both. You have to watch CNN and you have to watch Fox.
And that maybe would have been true 10 or 15, 20 years ago. But now it's gotten to the point of misinformation.
But you figure the people who are only watching Fox believe that. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're only consuming one thing, you're believing what you're consuming. That's just how humans work. It's how it is. And so it's like, when you're able to step out and watch both and look at both and then form an opinion and then form and say, this is how I believe, and it usually affirms the way you believe.
Right.
That's how you get a truly formed personal opinion on something.
Right. And let me be clear.
You're
all it did no, all it did was affirm. Nothing will ever sway me from my belief system. Like, not in that way. All it did was affirm what I've known and thought. And it's almost like you got to see the playbook from the villainous side, and you're kind of like, okay, now I know what you guys are dealing with, and now I kind of know how to play y'all a little bit more, because I understand now what you're being fed and what you're being shown, and it's wrong, and that has been confirmed. But yeah, I don't know, it's like, it's just as interesting, and I think that it's sort of taken my inflammatory reactionary vibe down a notch, not in like I'm not gonna, like, I'm gonna be as fiery as ever, that's just my personality, but I don't like feeling like I'm always at Mach 10, because then
it's not healthy.
It's not healthy. It's not good. And I felt like it started wearing. It's been wearing on me, and it should wear on people. It should, because it's ridiculous. But anyway, all of that to say, it's been great not being on social. It's your nervous. You got to protect yourself. You got to an extent. Stay updated, but also, like, you have to be able to pull back and relax and like take a breather, so that you can come back stronger than ever. Because now I feel like more clear on how I want to, like you were saying, how I want to utilize social media, like how I want to contribute to it, and not just,
but, I'm seeing eat. This happen in some of the most fiery people that I know are doing this. And they're saying, it's funny because I'll tell you offline, somebody that we know was just posting about how she did a break and how she was like, I just need to like step back.
Yeah.
She's very much so similar in you, where she's like, we'll get into the conversations and do all that and whatever. And she had posted, she was like, not only for myself, for my wife, for my family.
Yeah.
I have to, because I'm drained. My battery's at 0. Yeah. I'm giving from 0 because I'm giving all my energy to somebody on the internet. You know?
I was getting irritated by people on the internet that are probably mostly bots at this point, and you don't really ever know for sure. So I'm like, oh, it would benefit me more to put content out that was important and that meant something to me than to just consume all of the content I can possibly see around me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I would rather do something like that. Anyway, all of that to say, you guys, you got to protect your mental and all of that in these times, in these trying, unprecedented times. I can't wait until we're going through some precedented times. I really, when does that happen?
Precedented time.
Bro,
I want a precedented year.
I just want a precedented week. If y'all don't mind. Y'all mind if we have a precedented week? Because every week it's some crazy shit. But we are here to alleviate that. We are here to give you a break, even though we got to talk about it for the last 5 minutes. But
I hope that you can find
we're here to goose around.
Levity.
And you guys know, like, we keep things real, but we also keep things goosey here. We've always kept it goosey at the Model Citizen Podcast. The only Model Citizen Podcast. Thank you.
That's it. Thank you. Guys, we love you. Another one's in the books, dude. Another one bites the freaking dust. Go check out our Patreon. So we have an episode last week that was uploaded. Oh, actually just a few days ago. And another one coming in a couple weeks. But we love you guys, and thanks for listening. And we hope you have a blessed week ahead.
I'm going to give you guys hearts with my cut finger. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you guys so much for listening. You can catch a new episode of Model Citizen every Thursday. And please don't forget to follow the podcast so you don't miss any of the action. We want to hear from you. So please leave a rating and review and follow us on socials for all the behind the scenes action at Hunter McGrady and Michaela McGrady. And don't forget, you are worthy, you are loved, and you are capable of doing all wonderful things. Bye, guys.